Hi, lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. So guys, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that TP actually announces that on the 20th of January, he will be signing all the documents that is so necessary to impose a 25% of tax, to Canada and Mexico, and also a 35% to China. And this got a lot of people reacting like, is this actually what people actually wanted? I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
Mexico. So Donald Trump just dealt a massive blow to all Canadian businesses that export into the U.S. Listen to what he said. As everyone is aware, thousands of people are pouring in through Mexico and Canada, bringing crimes and drugs at levels never seen before. Right now, a caravan is coming from Mexico composed of thousands of people. Seems to be unstoppable in its quest to come through our currently open borders. On January 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, particular fentanyl, and illegal aliens stop this invasion of our country. Both Mexico and Canada have the absolute right and power to easily solve this long simmering problem. We hereby demand that they use this power, and until such time they do, it is time for them to pay a very big price. Oh man, this is not good. I actually export a lot into the US, and the US is my number one market, and even I think it's kind of funny because Trudeau's already ruined our country. I mean, why not? This is just icing on the cake at this point. I don't even care. I can't even be mad at that. But what that does do is it changes my import strategy, because I'm going to import directly into the US instead of it coming to Canada, handling any sort of inventory here, and instead have it be managed all in the States, instead of going from our manufacturer to Canada to the US, which we do for some products, and it does make sense. Long story. But man, we're in trouble. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is all thanks to one person, Justin Trudeau.
We have some major breaking news. A lot of the things you want to buy just got more expensive because Donald Trump just announced that on day one of his presidency, he's imposing a 25% tariff on everything coming from Mexico and Canada. On Truth Social just moments ago, Donald Trump said, on January 20th, as one of my many first executive orders, I will sign all necessary documents to charge Mexico and Canada a 25% tariff on all products coming into the United States and its ridiculous open borders. And he says that this tariff is going to remain in place until they fix certain issues. And it's like, the tariff is going to hurt American consumers. Like, we, the American people, pay this tax. These businesses importing these goods will pay the extra 25% and then pass it down to consumers. So all of us. And economist Ernie Tedeschi did the math, and before the other negative economic consequences, this would be the equivalent of an average loss in after-tax income of about $980 per household in 2023. So for all the MAGA Republicans who have been complaining about prices for the next 4 years, get ready, because your cult leader is about to make a lot of things way more expensive. Donald Trump announced that he's putting a 25% tariff on everything coming from Mexico and Canada on day one of his presidency. And let's just give a visual presentation to MAGA about how things are going to get more expensive. This is a graph of US fresh vegetable imports. And what do you know? Look where we get a lot of our vegetables from. Mexico and Canada. So MAGA, all the vegetables you buy at the grocery store, you go out to a restaurant, you have a salad, that's all about to get more expensive on day one of Donald Trump's presidency because of him. And this right here is just vegetables. This doesn't even account for things we also import from Canada and Mexico, like appliances, cars, and more. It truly is just so humorous how MAGA has been screaming about high prices for 4 years. They think that Joe Biden somehow raised them. But now, on day one of Trump's presidency, the guy they voted for, the guy they worship, he's going to raise all of their prices. So truly, MAGA, I hope you're happy. This is what you voted for. You voted for more price hikes.
All right, so Trump announced today that he's going to, on day one, write an executive order to apply tariffs to Canada and Mexico for 25% and then Chinese goods for 35%. So what does that mean to us? Well, we get a lot of fruits and vegetables from Mexico, so expect those to go up. The U.S. doesn't have we don't have the weather for year-round production. So a lot of what we get, like avocados, I think we get some bananas and things like that. You're going to see price hikes for those because the purchasing company is always going to have to pay more. Both Canada and Mexico provide plastic goods to us, vehicles, oil products. Canada does also supply agriculture to us. China pretty much is almost every component part thing that we do in our world. So expect all of that to go up by 35%. I don't see this reducing prices. This is going to actually tank the economy, but they voted the orange clown in, so this is what we get.
The one and only Ascension T. We're going to discuss Trump's plan, our president-elect plan for the future. Okay, this is a Wall Street Journal article, right, that came out today. It says Trump pledges tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. So this is his plan. Comes after a tough economic rhetoric on the campaign trail. Okay, it says President-elect Donald Trump pledged that soon after taking office, he will slap steep tariffs on Mexico and Canada, two of America's closest allies, as well as China. The clearest indication since his election victory that he plans to follow through on a tough campaign rhetoric that helped propel him to the White House. Posting on his Truth Social platform, which of course I do have, I've had it since inception, Trump said that on his first day of his presidency, he will charge Mexico and Canada 25% tariffs on all products coming into the U.S. He added in a separate social media post that he will impose an additional 10% tariff on all products that come into the U.S. from China, though he didn't specify that additional levy would come on top of existing tariffs the U.S. has already imposed on Chinese goods. This tariff will remain in effect until such time as drugs, in particular fentanyl, and all illegal aliens stop this evasion of our country. That's what Trump said. That's what Trump wrote, referencing the proposed tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Doing so will likely upend the trade agreement that Trump negotiated with the two neighboring countries in his first term, known as USMCA. U.S. goods and services traded utilizing that trade agreement totaled an estimated $1.8 trillion in 2022, according to the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, which oversees U.S. trade agreements. Now, economics have warned Trump that this plan to impose sweeping tariffs could lead to higher prices on goods for consumers. That's what I was concerned about. If he imposed tariffs, that's probably going to lead to inflation in a sense and higher prices for consumer goods. It may lead to that. I don't know what Trump's other plan is to avoid that and keep prices stable. Because right now, inflation rose since Biden was since Biden been president for the last 4 years. Inflation has rose significantly, right? So it says Trump faulted the two border countries and China for, in his view, not doing enough to stem the flow of drugs or migrants into the U.S. He says Beijing had not made good on its promise to prevent fentanyl from coming into the country. Guess where fentanyl comes from, guys? Fentanyl comes from China. China is #1 in producing fentanyl. Well, actually, they produce this powder, then they send it over to Mexico, and Mexico actually makes the fentanyl. And that's what's killing people. Like, you just need like a pinch of a pencil, and it will kill you instantly. And they're flooding the streets. A lot of people are having there's overdoses everywhere. Fentanyl have flooded the streets. Okay, it's a fake drug. It's flooded the streets that instantly kills people. So what he's saying is correct. Until such time as they stop, we will be charging China an additional 10% tariffs above any additional tariffs on all of their many products coming into the United States of America, the president-elect wrote. Representatives at the embassies for China, Mexico, and Canada did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Mexico, China, and Canada are the nation's top 3 suppliers of imported goods, accounting for about 42% of imports to the U.S. this year through September, according to the census data. Canada and Mexico sends about 80% of their exports to the U.S., and across-the-board tariffs would hurt their economies. Trade was at the center of Trump's successful presidential bid. In campaign speech, he said he would put in place an across-the-board tariff of up to 20% on U.S. imports. Billionaire Elon Musk, who is advising Trump, posted on X that the proposed tariffs will be highly effective in stopping illegal migration and drug trafficking. A caravan of about 1,600 migrants, most of them from Venezuela and Central America, left the southern city of Tapachula near the Mexican's border with Guatemala's on Wednesday. U.S.-bound migrants said that they decided to march north and reach the border before Trump takes office in January. Trump's tariff threat comes as human smugglers across the region are urging migrants on social media to rush to the border before the inauguration. So far, 6 caravans with thousands of migrants have departed from southern Mexico since President Claudia Sheinbaum took office last month. Remember, Mexico has a president that's a woman. But over the past 5 years, Mexican authorities have disbanded all caravans before they reach the central Mexico. In recent months, authorities have erected security checkpoints, and thousands of asylum seekers caught heading north have been put on buses and sent back to southern Mexico under an enforcement strategy implemented after a large migrant group rushed to the border communities such as Eagle Pass, Texas, in late 2023. Sheinbaum has said that Mexico's enforcement measures have helped reduce illegal crossings at the U.S.-Mexican border by 74% since December. The model is working and we want it to continue working, she said earlier this month. Canada, the world's 4th largest oil producer, sends most of its oil to the U.S. It also has an auto industry that is tightly integrated with an American neighbor. Economists at the Business Development Bank of Canada said the Canadian economy would suffer steep drops in output and employment if Trump imposes tariffs on Canadian imports. Trump has said he wants to renegotiate the USMCA under provisions of the trade deal, allowing for a review of the agreement in 2026. Canada has said it is deploying a team of Canadian government ministers and provincial leaders to court lawmakers in the U.S. states and Washington as a part of lobbying efforts to protect its $900 billion trade relationship with the U.S. During the presidential campaign, Nikki Haley and Vivek Ramaswamy called for more attention to the northern border, with Ramaswamy at one point proposing to build a wall along the frontier with Canada. So that's what this is basically what's happening. So Trump wants to impose taxes on 3 of their largest importers, right? We have Canada, Mexico, and China. I agree with Trump because if China is charging people tariff tax, why can't we? Why can't we make money off of them? Why can't we charge them? Like, what is the problem? They're making billions from us, and we can't even compare it to what they're making out of us, right? So it makes no sense to not charge them tariff tax. We pay for taxes when we're buying things. Why can't they do it? Why can't they pay import taxes or tariff tax? It makes no sense. So I think this is a great business plan, but I just hope it will not affect U.S. consumers as far as buying power when they purchase goods and service. Well, when they purchase goods where it's not going to be, priced higher because of the tariffs that are imposed in these countries. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. But I'm sure Trump is a great negotiator. He will find ways to negotiate that, because I know he doesn't want to look bad. He doesn't want people to talk bad about him. He wants inflations to go down. He wants prices to go down, interest rates to go down. So right now we're in the state of inflation in the US. So I just hope they are able to come to an agreement, all these three countries, and they allow us to impose tariff taxes without increasing consumer goods. That's my hope. And I think Trump can do it. He's a great negotiator. So that's my take on it, guys. But I just wanted to share this with you.
Okay, so we just got the news that that guy plans on imposing 25% tariffs on goods coming from Canada and Mexico on day one of his new term in office. So I asked ChatGPT, tell me, what are some of the products that we import from Canada and Mexico? So from Canada, under energy products, we have crude oil, natural gas, electricity, and coal. For vehicles and automotive parts, we have passenger vehicles, trucks, auto parts, and engines. For metals and minerals, we have aluminum, iron and steel, and precious metals, including gold and silver. Forest products, softwood lumber, pulp and paper, wood furniture, and prefabricated buildings. For agricultural products, we have canola and other oils, wheat and cereals, meat products, beef and pork, dairy products, seafood, such as lobster and salmon. Under machinery and equipment, we have industrial machinery, electrical equipment, and aircraft parts. For chemicals, we have fertilizers, especially potash, plastics, and resins. And under consumer goods, we have pharmaceuticals, food and beverages, including maple syrup and processed foods. That's from Canada. So products imported from Mexico, we have vehicles and automotive parts, including cars and trucks, engines and transmission parts, tires and accessories. For electronics, we have televisions, computers and computer components, mobile phones and telecommunications equipment. Under agricultural products, we have fresh fruits, including avocados, berries, and citrus. We have vegetables, including tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. We have beer and tequila. We have coffee and cacao. In machinery and equipment, we have industrial machinery, electrical machinery, and appliances. For metals and minerals, we have steel and aluminum, silver and gold. Textiles and apparel, we have clothing and footwear, fabric and leather goods. In medical equipment and supplies, we have medical instruments, surgical and dental tools. And under consumer goods, we have home appliances, furniture and decorations, packaged food products. 25% tariffs on all of that. What do you think is going to happen to our prices?
Donald Trump just made a major announcement pertaining to Canada. The incoming president announced that he plans to impose a 25% tariff on all products from Canada. Goods from Mexico could also be hit with a 25% tariff, as well as an additional 10% tariff for goods from China. According to Bloomberg, this statement has already had impacts on Canada's currency market. Canadian dollar actually fell to a 4-year low on Monday night. Do you think this will have a major impact on Canada?
Remember when all the cult members were saying a month ago that Donald Trump definitely won't impose tariffs on Canada? What does that say? I know it's from left-wing media and it's not from Rebel News, but just tell me what that headline says. If you can read, tell me what that says.
I'm voting for the man that's going to take America back, baby. Donald J. Trump, man.
What's one of your biggest issues?
It's probably going to be inflation, because I sell T-shirts and all that stuff.
Your T-shirts are made in the USA?
No, my blanks, no. See, that's the thing Trump's talking about. If we tax them, hit tariffs, the same item they're making over there will cost the same to make over here.
We pay the tariffs.
Well, the companies pay the tariffs, not us.
China doesn't pay the tariffs. We do when they come in.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Like if I'm buying 1,000 shirts from China and there's a tariff on it, I'm paying the tariff.
Well, no, whoever's getting it imported in is going to pay the tariffs.
Yeah. I'm the business owner. I'm paying the tariff. China doesn't pay it. I pay for it.
Well,
like if I'm the business owner and I buy 1,000 shirts,
I see what you're saying.
China's not Jolly. So I'm trying to explain.
Who pays the tariff? They're paying the tariff.
Do you think that? Do you believe that?
I was trying to say, because I sell merch as well.
I sell you something for $10, right? You're going to sell it to him for $20.
Exactly.
But then I make you pay me $15 for it. Are you still going to sell it to him for $20?
Am I gonna sell it to him for 20?
If I raise the price $5.
Oh, it's gonna have to go up.
Right. So
Yeah, the consumer foots the bill.
Have a good day.
Plain and simple. A tariff is a tax paid by the consumer, not by the company, but by your ass. Got it?
Fucking potatoes are spoon-fed false information because Donald Trump doesn't even know how tariffs work. He just starts flapping his gums, and his fucking followers, little MAGAs, believe everything that he says, and now they're believing the misinformation. To sum it up, people are voting for Donald Trump based on incorrect information, and that's just fucking scary.
I seriously love this. It's so unfortunate that this is exactly what people want. This is exactly what the majority who actually voted for TP want. And this is what people that look like me have been trying to tell these other people that, oh, you guys really need to think this through. You guys really need to, make your own research before concluding on whosoever you want to, vote for. And it's super disappointing that it actually take after the election for a lot of people to go on their research button to start clicking on what is tariff, what is whatsoever that they are trying to research on. But this is something that you are ought to do even before the election. But why would you wait until things become so, so that there is nothing else you can do about it? Just imagine the stitch that I put up where this man was actually asking a business owner, and he was like, yeah, I like the fact that I voted for TP all because of the inflation. Like, yeah, nobody is doubting that inflation is not the order of the day. Inflation is actually the order of the day. Things are high. But how would you feel, well, when these things are now double in price? Like, how do you think that people are going to succeed or going to survive? Like, seriously. And he was like, yeah, and the way at which the thing hit on him, you will realize that most of these people, or most people, are just in his shoes, because a lot of them will not want to make their research. They will not want to, like, even if they don't want to make research, they don't want people who have already made the research to tell them or to actually, okay, this is what you have to do. But they wouldn't listen because it's coming from people that they expect, oh, you are not in a position to tell me what to do. The kind of FA and FO going all over the social platform make me realize that there are a lot of people that does not really, like, people are not even thinking about themselves. They are just thinking about how to hurt someone else in the expense of their own, or in the expense of themselves. They don't care if they are going to suffer, if things are going to be high. All they care about is they just want a particular set of people to remain in a particular position. I realized in this election that a lot of people actually voted in the sense that, okay, I just don't care what really happens. Even if I'm going to suffer, I just want to vote in order to make sure that this, standard is maintained. What I mean by the standard is that the ruling class is maintained in a particular, like, within a particular race of people. This is what I feel that a lot of people, did. Like, they never thought about the implication. Okay, what if I'm trying to hurt someone else? What if I turn back hurting myself? And the problem is that all of the things that is going on, all of the find out is the fact that it's affecting both the people that did the right thing and also the people that did the wrong thing. Like, seriously, it's a if that, okay, people that look like me are not coming, front to complain and all of it, but it's just that they are tired. Like, they have told people and they have done their own part. So it's a if, people are like, why are black people, why are they not reacting? Why are they not? They told people about this. They are tired. They are about 92% of them who prove people that, okay, we are ready to change a narrative. Even if when so many people were like saying, Kamala Harris is not a black woman, she's a POC. Black people, it does not even matter. What they wanted was someone who will be able to, have a means to bring every other person closer or together. But no, A lot of people were watching it in another angle. Oh, what if she becomes the president and all of the minority groups are being treated equally the way at which I myself is treated? Like you are trying to protect your privilege or your superiority in the expense of your own need and want. Imagine this tariff. Do you know how much? Okay, they were like, when the tariff is being paid, it will give opportunities for people to get jobs and all of that. How long do you think that it will take for these big manufacturing industries to be built in order to give people or create jobs, opportunity for people that is actually looking for job? Why not, even if this tariff wants to be implemented, why not first of all make availability of those manufacturing industries that people will end up working and all of that before you want to come implementing a tariff? And seriously, this is also funny, but at the end of the day, it is going to be a very tough one. And all I keep telling people is that if you have the means, you have the opportunity that you want to maybe renovate something, get something, or you know that you are capable of getting things in bulk that you need before this January 20th, right? You should be able to do it. Like if you have something, maybe you want to renovate your house, try to do it now, because the way at which things are going, I know that there is inflation right about now, but just imagine inflation pro mass. What is going to happen when the inflation kicks up to double times? And this is exactly what people do not want to understand. And I think that they are trying to you know, they are trying to do things to hurt someone else, but you are ending up hurting yourself. My grandparents used to tell me that when one finger is actually pointing on a direction, don't forget that the four fingers left are actually pointing directly back at you. That is the problem. That is, a lot of people, actually voted with sentiment, voted with emotions without trying to think things through. Like people are asking questions: what is tariff? How does tariff work? What is Obamacare? How does it work? How does it affect me? When am I going to lose my right? Like, why are you asking all of these questions right now? You have all of the months, the week, the time, to ask and get yourself informed before casting your ballot. But no, you chose not. You're just so no. I don't care. What I need is that I just need these people to get this man in the office, and that is all. I don't care if I suffer. There is a particular text message that keep me thinking. Why would people go as far as choosing to have a hard life in order to prove a point? Why would you do that to yourself? In that comment section, she was like, yeah, I voted for TP because I just want, someone that looks like me to remain in the office. I don't care what really happens. I know that things are going to be expensive, but I still do not care. And I was like, what kind of someone will actually do something that wouldn't benefit her personally? She's just doing something in the sense that she just wants a particular narration to remain, without even thinking if this person I'm doing or sacrificing this thing for actually cares about me. It happens that he doesn't even care about anyone. He doesn't even care about his own. Talk more of. Like seriously. When I saw that comment, I was like, oh wow. She went ahead to say that, oh, she's going to make sure that she buy all of the things that she would need by next year. It's actually better off, he's there compared to, a woman and a black woman or a POC woman for that matter. And I was like, oh my goodness. This is exactly how some people think. This is exactly how people like, okay, we do not care even if we suffer. And someone was like, yeah, let's just suffer for the short period of time. And at the long run, everyone is going to enjoy all of the benefit. And I was like, what if people could not even like enjoy to the long run? Like seriously, when things begin to go higher in price, how do you think that people will cope, survive till when things begin to fall back to normal? I know that in every other government or transfer of governorship and all of things tend to change a lot, but now I think the changes are just so sudden. Like people even losing their Christmas bonuses, people are losing their health insurance. Like, so many things are really happening. Anyway, lovies, when I saw this stage, I decided that I was just going to put it up here, and you guys have constantly written me that, oh my god, we don't like the way you sometimes, speak at the voiceover. I do that a lot because sometimes I'm always on a transit. I'm always, I'm not in a particular place for now. So anytime you see me on a voice, but just take it out. But with time, I'll just come one on one to do this the way we used to do it. And I also want to use this medium to say a very big shout out to my newest subscribers. To those people that share my videos, leave commentaries and educate us, guys. All of the commentaries is a form of an education to me. Like, seriously, I have learned a lot just because of the comment you guys have been leaving. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Those people that super chatted me, so many people messaged me. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I cannot take all those for granted. So with that being said, please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you on this when I upload the next one.